Sometimes, even when life is going just the way you want it, it can get messy. I have gone to great lengths this morning to embrace the mess. I even dug out Monday's shirt just to get right into the spirit of embracing the mess. My name is Edward James Carey. Welcome to Praxis Living, where I create content to help you create the life that you desire. Today is Wednesday, August 23rd. Welcome to session 18 of my $1 million journey. If you've been following along, you know that normally this video would have been yesterday's video and not today's video. There's a reason for this, and it has to do with the theme of today, embracing the mess. My internet went out Monday afternoon, even before I could post my video for the day, which is a reason why it was late. And then the internet didn't even come back in time for me to do a video yesterday. I couldn't trade yesterday. I couldn't go online and monitor the markets yesterday. I tried to do something over the phone, and let me tell you, that is not the way to trade. We'll get into that. So yesterday I had a day off. It was messy. I was feeling like I was missing out. It was difficult to enjoy the day, although I did manage. And here we are again today to pick everything back up and move right along. I will be back in a little bit when the markets open. We have a little bit of time before the markets open. I'm gonna start cleaning up my mess today, by the way. And I'm gonna start by having a shower, I think, shaving, some basic necessities of cleanliness. And then I will come back and we will continue this day. Stay tuned. We're gonna see where this Wednesday decides to go, and I'm looking forward to it. See you soon. All right, I am back. I'm clean. I'm smelling good. Now that I've cleaned up myself, it's time to clean up the friggin' mess that I'm making in my trades. Let's go to the market. The market is already open. It is active. It is alive. Let's take a look here, dial in. Okay, so in the morning, like I said, the internet was down yesterday. I didn't get a lot of detailed looks or information about what was going on other than my phone app. So I wasn't even able to monitor the markets with TradingView online because I didn't have access to the internet. So I'm looking today, trying to play catch up. I see that we opened, there was a little bit of a rally up to $31.65. We've since dropped all the way down to $30.85. Currently, we're hovering around $31.11. Now, unfortunately, I wanted to get a little bit of action in yesterday, and so I did make a maneuver or two yesterday. Let's have a look at what I did. Okay, I made two purchases yesterday. Now, here's the funny thing. I saw shares of AI dropping on the phone app, and they dropped right down to $31.40, and that's like it was getting right near the place I was considering buying a new position yesterday to do dollar cost averaging on these three shares up here of $37.10. I got a trade of $31.82 for 15 shares. Later in the day, after things cooled off and started declining, right around 9:30-ish, I believe, I purchased another 13 shares to reinforce that position at $31.50, thinking that that was a good deal. The markets continued to go down yesterday, not just AI, but all the markets in general. I believe AI got down under $31 at the lowest point yesterday. Something like $30.80 something cents, right around 10:30, 11:30 in the morning. So the day started like any regular day of watching the behavior of the share values, but then the last half of the day did not go as planned. I think yesterday's total volume in shares was less than 7 million. I don't have the data for that, but I'm pretty sure as I was watching, it was less than 7 million shares by the end of day. So the markets, they didn't rally up in the afternoon. They rallied back up to around a point of 31, wherever it closed at yesterday, 31.32. It didn't even go back up to my break-even point. My break-even point, by the way, on these shares, when I add them together, the 15 and the 13, comes out to $31.68. So on that note, I want you to know that I've taken that $31.68, I've added 2.5%. So I've put the shares together, I've lumped them together in 28 shares, and I've put them on the market with a sell limit order of $32.48. Now, I was hoping to see that at some point today, but we don't know. The point is that my break even is $31.68, so I'm going to be watching this ticker very closely here. We're at $31.30 right now. Again, we came back up to $31.44, but unless we have a significant rally up past $31.68 today, I am currently holding these new 28 shares, which I'm holding. Now let's check out my portfolio cash. Messy! My portfolio cash is $25.47. I can't even afford to buy one share of AI today. So here we are again, right in a position that is becoming way too familiar to me, and I don't like it. It's up to me to fix it. It's up to me to change it. I was hoping to catch today's volatility to be able to close at least my position on these 28 shares. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel this order here, as long as I'm sitting here. Okay, and I'm going to put it back up and get it ready for liquidating my 28 shares at or above the break-even point. That's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to set these up. I'm going to go limit sell. I'm going to go 31.68 is my safe zone. I'm going to put 28 shares. I'm going to load it up, and I'm just going to leave it on manual. Here we go. We're at 31.40, where it looks like it might be starting to kick upward. At this point, I'm crossing my fingers and I'm hoping on a mid early morning rally, hopefully up past this high of 31.65. Even this morning's first rally up didn't reach my break-even point. I'm hoping to go not just to my break-even point, but go right past it and see if I can close a little bit of profit on this trade of 31.68. Now, as you can see, we're back up to 31.50. So I'm just gonna let this sit for a few more minutes here. We're at 6:52 in the morning. Volume is low again today. We're at 711,000 shares. That's not helpful to my mission. But my plan is I want to close and get out of this trade, get my capital back, and take another swing later today when the markets are down to see if I can get into a decent position to either make a profit or dollar cost average some higher cost shares while I'm waiting for this nonsense to correct itself and for the market to travel in an upward direction. That is the plan of action. Okay, let's get back to watching things here. We are getting close, 31.55. Again, I'm hoping for a rally past 31.68. I will be happy enough to see if I can get out of my position before it drops back down. We are at 31.69 now, pushing up 31.70, 71. Here we go. We're on an upward trend. I do want to get out of this trade. Oh, I just missed it. See how fast things change? In a split second, it got pushed all the way back down below my limit sell. Here we are again at 31.68, 31.70, 71. Is it going to keep pushing up? Yes or no? Okay, I don't know, and I need the capital back. So I'm going to get out. Let's see what I got out at. Okay, I was actually able to get out at 31.70, so I'm 2 cents over my break-even point. That's fine. I'm stripping those off the books. And now I have my capital free for later in the day. If it keeps going up today, that's fine. I willfully took a lack of profit on that trade just to recover my capital. I need capital in order to be able to execute effective trades. So my capital, once again, is $913.09. And I am good to go for later in the day. I'm certainly not playing in the space that's going on right now. This whole morning volatility stuff, I need to move past this. It was fun, but it's also a good way to get money caught in the market. So now that I have recovered my trade, I am going to at least enjoy some morning meditation. I'll be back in a little bit to check in with the market and see where things are at. Stay tuned. It's Wednesday. It's a beautiful day. Thanks for hanging out. I will be back soon. All right, I am back to have a look at what is going on today. It is 8:16 in the morning. We're almost 2 hours into the market today. Normally what we see around this time, 7:30, 8:30 a.m., is the market tends to cool off and it tends to drop, and we begin to see some potential opportunities to buy in order to make a play, a profitable trade. Let's go to the market, see what's going on. And as you can see, we're not having an average day. We're having a good day in the fact that shares of AI continue to climb. We reached a low this morning of 30.85. We went back up to finally past the point where I wanted to break even on some shares I purchased yesterday just to get out of them. Now, had I held on to those shares, I'd be doing pretty good. I would have actually got, we haven't quite reached it yet, but I would have got darn close to my 2.5% increase on those shares. But that's okay. Having the capital back was more important to me than getting a profit on the capital. So far, things are looking good. So the market is going up. It's just not going up fast enough in order for me to get to my next release point. And from what I'm seeing today, if the market decides that it wants to keep doing what it's doing, it's completely possible we might get there before the end of the day. But that is only if we see a rare day that does happen once in a while, where markets just continue to climb all day long and they don't show any sign of going back down. This might be setting up to be one day like that. We're not even 2 hours in, and we are already up 3.2%. I have seen days where shares of AI climb over 10% in a single day, sometimes 12%. I don't know if today is going to be like that. I certainly hope it is, because along the way, I will be able to recover another 64 shares. I'll be able to add to my current trade balance another 2,150. That will give me $3,000 again in capital to play as I wait for my next sell order to hit. But that's a different story. I'm dealing with one thing at a time. So yeah, I came back expecting to maybe see a low point that I might be able to get in, buy a few shares, dollar cost average my way out of these shares that cost me $37.10. And instead, I get back to find the market doing an upward run. Here we are at $32.40. As you can see, I have 29 shares that I bought at $32.60. We're right within 20 to 25 cents of breaking even just on those 29. And again, I'm so tempted to just take no profit, just get that 29 shares of capital back, because that'll by itself, what is that? What are we talking about there? 29 times 32.60. We're talking about another $945 there if I decide I want to let those go. Now, I'd rather not, because, making profit does have to happen at some point. I'm trying to do both at once, which is not really the most effective strategy. Focus is really a powerful thing. And right now, I know that I'm dividing my focus between trading for profit and trading just to get capital back. I'm aware of this. I do need capital in order to leverage against purchasing and rebuying higher shares back through dollar cost averaging. So I am quite clear on that. But with what I'm seeing today, it's a difficult call. I don't know whether the markets are going to continue this beautiful run up. I do not know. There have been days where it looks like this in the morning and then it just completely turns around and turns into a whole different day. I really do hope that today is not that way. I really do hope that today is, I would love to see a beautiful, strong rally up. Let's go past 33.58. Let's go even up higher than 34 and maybe even $35. What's my next sell limit at? Well, 36.35. That's asking a lot to go up another $4 a share. Anything can happen though. Let's have a look at volume. Volume, I'm seeing 2.5 million shares at just under 2 hours into the day. Again, that's low volume, but in today's case, it looks like a majority of the volume coming in is buying volume and buying rally and not a whole lot of selling rally. So far, the day looks like a potentially great day. I know that there's a lot of people other than myself holding lots of shares of AI. So I do expect to see a lot of sell-offs as we climb back up. I do expect to see that as people begin unlocking their positions. We've just crossed over $32.60, by the way. And I have 29 shares that I'm holding at $32.60. I could split off my 29 shares and see if I can make 2.5% just on the 29 shares, because then I wouldn't have to wait for those 29 shares to reach $33.58. The only reason I have to wait on that is because it's averaged in with higher cost shares. There's certainly no way that I'm putting new money in at this point in the day. The potential risk of getting stuck putting new capital in at this point when it's running up is really high. So I'm going to exercise some patience and control. I'm going to find something else to do, and I'm going to leave these markets alone, I think. I'm going to let them do their thing. So let me just wait this out. I'm going to take some time. I think I might go enjoy a nice walk and just cultivate some good feelings of gratitude and happiness and joy. And maybe when I come back after a good 3 to 4 mile walk, who knows? Maybe I'll come back to see more money in my trading account. Stay tuned. We're on Wednesday, August 23rd. It's 8:27 a.m. I look forward to returning shortly to see what has happened in the day. I'm waiting between now and 10:30, 11 o'clock to see what happens, whether the market changes or whether it just continues to climb. I'm looking forward to it. I will see you soon. All right, I am back. I have had some good exercise today. We are at 10 o'clock, 10:02 in the morning. So let's go back and check out what is going on in the markets. Did I get out of my position at 33.58? We're going to find out. Ooh. What do we got up here? Okay, no, we've got a high of 33.11 and another high of 33.18. Oh, we got close. We got within 40 cents per share of my sell limit. And then now the market is turned and is starting to come down. Now, whether it continues on a downward path for the remainder of the day, I don't know. And so it remains to be seen. I see that shares are still currently at $32.63, $32.61. If you remember, I'm holding on to 29 shares at $32.60. I just wanted to point that out because that anxiety, that fear, I'm ignoring that. I'm not selling at $32.60 just to get my capital back. I'm going to wait for things to turn around. Well, they'll either turn around and they'll go back up past this 33.17 later in the day, or they won't. Or it'll be a day where this is the high point and the remainder of the day does whatever the heck it wants. Moves sideways, continues to crash, whatever. I'm looking at the overall activity of the day, and again, I'm going to say that today, in general, compared to the last 2 weeks, it's a good day so far. I mean, we're back up to between $32 and $33 per share. So that's already a win. The volume, 5.5 million shares by 10 a.m. I'd still call that low. I mean, it's better than it was yesterday by far, but I still say that's pretty low. I'm used to the old days, 2 months ago, where the daily volume was 40 to 50 million shares during the day. But I want to have a look and see some of these more specific details. I'm looking at the volume climbing higher, you know, a little bit of inconsistency as it goes up. There's this flat line right here. Again, there's a flat line there. It didn't last very long. But I'm looking at this general share value, and then I'm looking at the volume across the bottom to see if it is similar or matches, right? And the reason that I'm doing that is because this is one of the things that I learned over the weekend. If we see share value moving in a direction and we see volume that is consistent with that movement, then it means that it is being supported, it is likely to continue. However, if we see volume like this, or if we see share value activity like this, and the volume looks different, and there's inconsistency between the volume, moment by moment, and the actual movement of the shares, that indicates that it's likely to change. So I can see even here in these points here where it went up, right in this zone here, I see the heavy bars of green indicating that all is well. It came down a little bit and I see sell volumes in order to support that as well. And so right now the market is turning from 33.18. We can see it's coming down. And I also noticed that the volume is beginning to slow along this point. You see right here? The volume is beginning to slow down. See these bars over here are very tall. What do we got here? 10,000, 4,000, 8,000. Okay, so we got thousands here, and then over here now we've got 1,800, 2,000, 4,100. Okay, so the volume is slowing. Again, it is 10:07, so this is a slow time normally in the day. So it's not surprising to see volume slow right now. On an average day, there may be some more activity right around 10:30 to 11 a.m., which is in another 30 to 40 minutes. And I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to see what happens at around that time. So I'm going to take another break for about 30 to 40 minutes. Give the market time to see if it's going to settle moving down, whether it's going to go sideways, or whether it's going to come back and continue a climb up. Again, I will be in a better position to figure this out in around 30 to 40 minutes. Stay tuned. I will be back shortly. We will see how this day plays out. All right, I am back. It is 10:45 in the morning. Let's have a look at what's going on. Okay, the last I was here, we had dropped back down to right around the $32.60 range. Remember, I was teasing about selling my 29 shares at $32.60, and I decided not to, and for good thing, because the market has since gone back up. We went all the way back up to $32.98. We're slipping down again a little bit at $32.89, but being up 28 to 30 cents per share over last I looked, it's a good thing. Now again, I could sell my shares right now, my 29 at $32.60, and I could make a little bit of money on them even. I still think with what I'm looking at today, I'm gonna hold on because I'm noticing we're getting some consolidation and sideways movement here. We did change direction, but we haven't plummeted, which I was waiting to see if it was going to do. It hasn't done that, at least not yet. And all of the players that I normally used to see up until 11 a.m., we haven't even reached 11 a.m. yet to where some potential volume may come in. It's too early to tell. And again, I'm looking at the overall activity of the share values, and I'm correlating it with the volume that I'm seeing. And it looks as though the volume is pretty much matching the share the share value movement. What this means is that it seems like the buying and selling that is occurring in the market today looks like it's pretty much straightforward. It doesn't look like there's a lot of war going on between buying and selling. It looks as though the activity of the share value and the volume coming in is in harmony, which means, like, let's look at this candle right here. Let's focus on this one. Okay, here we have a red candle. I'm going to zoom in here. Here we have a red candle. We have up here in the left-hand corner, we have 12,000 shares coming in. And then above it, we have a red candlestick. But considering we had 12,000 shares come in, that red candlestick, it looks kind of small, you know, compared to the 12,000 shares that come in. Now, the reason for that can be that what this volume bar shows, the only thing that this volume bar does show is that there were more sellers than there were buyers. What it doesn't show is how many sellers versus how many buyers were present in the session. That's represented by the candlestick and the length of it. So I'm looking at that one candlestick. I see this spike of volume come in, and I see a candlestick that I don't know if the length of that candlestick completely matches that volume, which tells me there might have been a little bit of mixture in buying and selling there. I've seen some candlesticks come in that are huge, and then the share value hasn't moved at all. What that indicates, now, I didn't know before this weekend what the heck was going on with that. Why would a volume of like 30 to 40,000 shares come in, but then the amount of the share value doesn't move? I figured out why that is. Likely what is happening is, even though a massive spike of share value enters the market and we get a big green candle, but then the share value hardly moves at all, it's because whoever that volume coming in hit a sell limit order that somebody has already placed. And the amount of shares on the sell order pretty much equal the amount of volume coming in as a buyer. And therefore, even though you get this big, huge volume meter showing on the volume, the share value actually doesn't move because the sellers and the buyers they're getting matched, but they're getting matched automatically. It's not being done manually, right? Somebody may come in and buy 10,000 shares right at a sell limit where somebody has 20 to 30 to 40,000 shares on a sell limit ready to go to whoever that buyer is. So I'm starting to pick up more things like this in order to pay attention to the actual activity occurring in the market. And it's helping. It's helping my mindset. It's helping what I'm looking at. And it's starting to give me more love for what I'm doing with trading. Now, I don't want to go into too much detail on that stuff yet. I'm not here to do a course on trading. I'm just here to demonstrate my particular journey. A course may be coming though. Don't write that off. It's too early to tell, but as I get more success and particularly after I reach my goal of creating $1 million in trading, there might be a demand for a course. People might want to know, oh, can you tell us how to do it? Maybe I will at that point. But right now is not that time. I'm just here having fun, sharing my journey with you. Oh, look at this. We've got sideways activity again. Let's look at this. The last time I saw this behavior, let's check this out right here. Remember a couple days ago, I think this was Monday, we had an upward rally, we had this sideways movement, and then we had a drop. Now that drop was followed by a rally up, but we had a drop. And what I'm looking at here again, right here, if you see, we had a rally up, and now we're going sideways. Oh, you know what? Let me go back and check the time that occurred. Time of day. Okay. Here's that sideways movement from Monday after a rally up, and it occurred right between just before 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Okay, we're past that. We're later in the day at around 10:30 to 10:45, and here we've got this sideways activity again. The reason I just pointed that out is because there's likely I could see a significant drop coming anytime in the next 10 to 15 minutes. I'm waiting for the market to go up. We're at 32.99. I'm looking to hit 33.58 today before the day is done. And I'm wondering if we're coming up to a potential drop. I'm pointing all this out with reason. I'm trying to share how I'm feeling emotionally, what I'm thinking in my head, to share with you before I actually go and make a move. Again, I have a sell limit order ready to fulfill at 64 shares. I'm hoping to get this today at some time. It's at 33.58 and we are at 32.98. We are 60 cents from that position closing. And so far throughout the day, we're on an overall upward trend. I'm looking at Monday's trend. And again, Monday was an upward trend day. Well, it was actually, it didn't even look as good as today. It was up, down, up, sideways, down, and then it trended up. So these are just examples. Today is it's no guarantee today is going to go like Monday, but I'm just using the data that I have at my disposal in order to give myself a little bit more of an informed decision. So what I'm going to do is, based on the activity that I'm seeing, I didn't see any significant drops today at all, which means one is either coming or it's just not in the cards today. We just crossed $33 again. So I am going to happily and gratefully wait. I'm going to continue enjoying my day. I do believe that we can go higher than this previous high of 33.18, 33.19, whatever that was. And I'm going to hope that between now and the remainder of the day, that our upward trend continues and continues right past $33.58. We're already up to 33.05. I'm just going to leave this alone. I don't want to jinx it. Not that I could. I'm going to give it some more time. I'm going to find a way to enjoy my day. I'm actually going to go watch some YouTube. I found a great channel on trading. This is the same channel, by the way, for the information I was watching on the weekend. I found another one, and it looks like a nice introductory course on trading. I'm just here showing you my journey, but if you want to get some education in day trading, I would check out these videos. In fact, I'm just going to drop a link to the video that I'm watching. This is the one I'm watching today. It's about an hour and 17 minutes long. It's a great tutorial on day trading. I'm going to go watch that, and I'm just going to leave these markets alone. Stay tuned. I will be back before the end of the day, and we will see whether I get my way today or not. See you soon. All right, I am back. It is getting close to the end of the day now. It is 11:55, and so I'm going to tend to be a little bit more active from this point on during this last hour, because I'm watching very closely what is happening in the market today. Let's go to the market. And I was holding out. You know, as you know, I have a collection of shares right in this price range here. I have 64 shares, and with the exception of one single share at 33.21, all of the rest, the highest value is 32.86. And as you can see, we're playing right around that value right now, 32.85, 32.86. And considering there's only a single share at 33.21, I really want to recover the capital of at least these 63 shares. And I'd like to do that before the end of this day closes. Now, I was waiting earlier, you could see back here, this high point of $33.15. I was waiting to see if we would climb higher to break this previous resistance of 33.18. We went back up towards it, but we didn't quite hit it and break it. And then we had a strong sell-off. And now there's some sideways movement. And again, I have no clue which way the market is going today. And I'm trying to do two things at once. I'm trying to make profitable trades, but I'm also trying to get financial strength by having capital in my trading account. So I'm sitting here actively. I'm deciding between trying to hold out for 33.58. I thought that there was a good potential to do it today. And right now, at this point, with 1 hour to go left in the market, I'm not so convinced, okay? Because I've seen a strong sell-off. I'm now seeing sideways movement. There's no indication here that there's going to be a massive, sharp rally going up. The volume, again, seems to be in line with the general activity. I'm also looking at the activity of other markets, the S&P 500 overall right here, as you can see. Same pattern, strong sell-off, bounce up, another sell-off, sideways. NVIDIA, same kind of thing going on. Tesla, same kind of thing. Google, same kind of thing. Amazon, same kind of thing. All right, so remember I said in a previous session, a lot of times watching AI is just like watching all of the other big players in the market. Today is one of those days. It's not like Monday where there was inconsistency in the activity of AI compared to those other companies. Right now, AI seems like it's just playing along with all of those other companies, and the activity, therefore, is very similar to all those other companies. And since I don't see any indication that the S&P is going to hold at its high of the day, which was around 11 a.m. today, therefore, there's also no expectation or indication that AI is going to break suit from the overall market and just do a massive upward spike with no warning. So, with all that being said, I'm sitting here now. Currently, we're back down to 32.84, and I've lost my ability to close my position of 32 shares at 32.86. I suspect we seem to be right in the range there. Again, we're consolidating, so I don't know if the market is going to continue a decline for the remaining hour of the day or not. That's why I'm going to be more present. Now, if the market begins to decline, there's not a lot I'm going to do other than hold on to my shares for another day. But I'm sitting here manually with the hope and the expectation that maybe it'll bounce back up to $32.90, $32.95, maybe even hit this previous high of $33 and $33.10, $33.15. And I want to catch that on an exit so that I can get rid of my position with at least most of these shares, recover that capital, even recover it with some of a profit, and then move forward. All right, so again, I have 29 shares at $32.60. I have 32 shares at $32.86. I have one share at $32.74, one share at $32.75. I'm gonna knock those all down here. So I can close out that batch of shares at anywhere above $32.86 and come out profitable in that trade. Not just breaking even, but profitable at that trade. Then that leaves me one remaining outstanding share at $33.21. Now, if I can see the shares rebound and go back up to $33.21, then I know that I can sell off all 64 shares at a profit. I don't know if that's going to happen. It could happen based on what I've seen previously. Now, again, these are past indicators, so there's no guarantee that it's going to repeat. But I do see $33.19 earlier this morning. That was tested again at $33.15, didn't quite reach $33.19, so it didn't quite go as high, which means all by itself, that's a slight indication of a downward trend. The VWAP is looking strong, as you can see, volume weighted average price indicator. The VWAP, always a good tool for day trading. And as you can see, the share value itself has all been near the top line of the VWAP, which again makes it really, it makes it more risky for me to be delaying and holding on to my position, waiting to see an uptrend to go to $33.80, $33.58. I mean, the price is going to get there. It's just a question of whether I want to exert the patience and wait, which I don't really want to do. I mean, I want to do it, but I want to do it to a point. I'm trying to regain financial strength so that I have the ability to take advantage of any more crashes or to take advantage of days that don't look like today, where it's all strong going uphill. Again, on an average day, there would be a rock bottom low right around 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. And that didn't happen today, or I would have taken advantage of it. Didn't happen today. So on the other hand, we're right back up to a zone, a pricing zone, where I can now eliminate a position that I've been holding on to for, I don't even remember how long I've been holding on to this, probably about a week now, at least. I don't remember the days that I bought these shares. I don't even want to go digging through the history. It's not really important. What is important is that I regain the capital on these shares. And as much as I would like to do it at $33.58 so that I can make my 2.5% profit, I'm not holding my breath on that. I'm sitting here, I'm waiting for an opportune time to strike. Maybe we will catch a late afternoon rally up. That has happened, and it does happen quite often. Or there might be a decline from noon to 1 p.m. I've seen both. So today, I'm sitting here, I'm waiting, I'm hoping maybe we catch a late afternoon rally up. You know that I'm going to be a little bit upset if I sell off too early, and then all of a sudden after my sell, the market starts blazing a trail upward at the end of the day. The thing is, I've been holding on to these shares so long, and this happens, and I'm sharing emotion now with you. I've been holding on to these shares for what feels like so long. It hasn't been that long, it's been less than 2 weeks, but to me it feels like I've been holding these shares for so long. I'm just looking forward to the gratitude of being able to let them go and get my money back. And that's what I'm trying to keep in balance. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not being led by that, but I am considering it in my decision-making process. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense to you. So when I see us right here, you see, teeter-tottering, we've got a line here at 32.85, which seems to be like it's almost running right through like a straight line in the activity from the past, looking like the past hour or so. Again, this strong sell-off here earlier in the day, I was watching when that happened, by the way, and I was like, oh man, here we go again. Everything was looking good when it was up at 33.15, and then we had to get this massive sell-off. Don't know why, but what I do know is that with this amount of volume coming in, to drop from 33.15 all the way down to 32.70 again, that's institutions doing that. So for some reason, institutions, when we hit this high of 33.15, institutions initiated a big sell-off. Not sure what the play is there, not sure. Maybe they're just trying to keep the share value from crossing this pattern or this line right now. I don't know. I'm not them, so I'm not going to pretend that I am them. I'm me, and I'm trying to get out of my position at a fair value, at a fair price. I'm trying to make sure that I don't lose money, which is rule number one, by the way, at least what I was taught in trading. Don't lose money. It's okay to break even. It's okay to dollar cost average out, but don't lose money. So that's the only rule that I'm going by today. I am in the clear in any case to sell off 29 shares that I paid $32.60 for. We're at $32.84. I can do that any moment. Even these two shares, $32.74 and 75, I can let go at $32.84. These 32 shares, we're talking about a difference of a few cents here as to which indicates whether or not I can include these 32 shares in my sell-off or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel this sell limit order that I had sitting there all day, 33.58. And I'm going to set up a new sell limit order at or above 32.86. And let me just make this 32.88 just for good measure. Sell 32.88. And I'm going to hold this order here now. I'm going to hold it manually. And I'm going to spend some time sitting here. I'm going to watch. I'm going to see if we can end the day. I still would like to see a strongward push up to 33.58. But if that doesn't happen, well, then it doesn't happen. And I'm just hoping that we don't start declining today. It would be a great end to a Wednesday if we don't have a sell-off and instead hold or even rally up a little bit more. Again, I'd like to see it cross back over $33 before the end of the day. Don't know if it's going to happen. Let's see. Okay, if you notice this, I'm flipping through all of the other companies, S&P, and if you can see this, there's a sudden rally up in everything. Google, Amazon, Tesla, S&P, AMD, Nvidia, even Apple. And the only one not following suit? Guess who? AI. AI is not following the activity of all of these other major players as well as the S&P in general. And that tells me right now that there's something being done with AI. It's being intentionally held at this non-decisive area, right around 32.82. It is not following suit. It is not following this rally of all of these other companies. And I don't like seeing that. Again, I don't think that just because all of the others are doing something that it should guarantee that AI by itself does follow suit. I'm just pointing out that all of a sudden, throughout the whole day, everything has been fine with AI. It has followed the behavior of all of those other companies, as well as the S&P. And right when it comes to this late afternoon rally push up, there is no upward rally with AI to be seen. That makes me question why. Why is that? So again, I'm going to give it a little bit more time. Maybe there's just a delay. Maybe I'm still hoping that maybe we'll see some strong volume come in to push shares of AI up high in the late afternoon, just like all these other companies. Because if I'm going by what I'm seeing in the rest of the market, I'm waiting on a sudden rally up with shares of AI, at which point I can consider closing my position. Not only are we not going up with shares of AI, we're starting to go down again. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that volume that came in, 4,500 shares of sell. So, whatever.
I think that evil forces are trying to prevent AI from climbing up the ranks.
It's almost as if somebody watching knows that I'm waiting to get out of my position and they're going, no, we're not letting you out. But I know this is not personal. This is just for whatever reason, share values of AI are being held back by some invisible hand. Well, you know what? Oh, they're probably waiting for people to go, oh, AI, it looks like it's going to tank. We're going to sell out. Maybe that's actually what's occurring right this second. So you know what? I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to wait it out. You know, there may be some institutional players letting go of a few thousand shares here just to keep it from going high like the rest, just to see if people will give up and sell off their shares so that those institutions can buy them up on the upward rally. Look at Apple. Apple is just, oh, sorry, that's AMD. Look at AMD. AMD's on a breakaway since 11:30, 11:45 has just been breaking away, shooting up. No sign of it stopping. That's a strong upward push. Here's AI, dead in the water. So, okay, I was starting to get fidgety and I was going to sell my position around now, 32.70, 32.80. But now I'm going to hold on. I'm holding on. It's 12:16. I'm holding on for the rest of the afternoon. I'm waiting. I think that there's going to be a sudden spike of green going up. Maybe not anytime in the immediate future, but probably certainly within the last 15 minutes of the day, I'm willing to bet. So I'm going to hold here. Just going to keep listening to these excellent stream beats from Harris Heller. And I'm going to enjoy the last 45 minutes of this afternoon. Man, what just happened? Did you see this? What did I say? I said that something was going on with AI, something untoward, and look what just happened here. Look at this massive volume that came in all of a sudden. We've got 12,000 shares, and look at the candle on this, okay? 12,000 shares, and then we've got this candle, which is like a solid brick wall. It didn't move at all. That tells me that somebody came in heavy with a buy order, and immediately it got immediately filled with a waiting sell limit order from some kind of institution. That's the only way that this kind of shit can happen, right? I was already watching. Remember I told you that everything looked like it was going good? The volume, the price index was moving in accordance with the volume. Right up until this last 30 minutes of the day, I flipped through these other companies and I showed you there was a rally up Oh, now these rallies and these other companies and all that, they've kind of died off and they've actually changed direction, except for AMD. But in the meantime, AI it almost looked like it was being intentionally held back. And right now, I have confirmation of that by looking at these two bars. Look at this shit. 12,000 shares here, 12,000 shares here, and then look at these candles. There's absolutely nothing. There's no momentum or share value difference with these candles at all. Yet look at back here on this sell-off. You see this sell-off here? And you see these volume candles down here? They kind of match, right? And then over here, this is where I started to notice it getting weird. We had this red volume indicator, 4,500 shares with a very small red candle. And this is where I was like shaking my head going, this doesn't make sense. Right after it, you see these green volume bars. But if you notice the candles that go along with these bars, they're almost completely undecided, which means there's just as much buying and just as much selling going on. And then we got slammed with these two massive volume distributions, 12,000, that's 25,000 shares over 2 minutes. And the red candles on these are so small, it demonstrates to me that in that volume of 25,000, there was almost the same amount of buying and selling going on. This is not going to be two different people on different places of the planet doing this. This is going to be an institution had a heavy inclination to dump shares at this level of 3270-ish. And they just unloaded them to whoever it was that bought them right there. Now, after this, okay? After this, now I'm waiting to see what's coming next, okay? We've got, again, we've got a couple of small volume bars right after those two at 12,000 apiece. And see, look at this one here. 1,600 shares. And the volume candle on that, you see this green volume candle? Let me blow this up. We've got right here, we've got 1,600 shares, and the volume candle is almost the same size as this red volume candle here with 12,000 shares. You see what I mean? The volume amount doesn't matter if there's an equal amount of buying and selling going on. So, somebody was selling a boatload of shares, like 20 to 25,000 shares, had them at a sell limit of 32 and change here, and they got fulfilled. And then right after it, now there was a 1,600 order came in, and that ticked the market up. The next one after that was 1,100 shares. There's also a green candle on that, although that one has some strong sell pressure. Now there's a selling volume again. Now there's a green volume again. So I'm still holding on. This day is not done. But I wanted to point this out because this is the kind of stuff that I'm learning to pay more attention to. This is a very, very clear indication of some market manipulation regarding shares of AI going on right now. I'm not gonna, it's not a big deal to me that it's happening, but I feel it's relevant enough and important enough for me to point it out as something that I'm observing and as something that I have to navigate around. And if you're watching and you're thinking, oh, it looks easy to trade shares of AI, you're going to need to know this stuff too, because everything is not automatically as rosy as it looks. Stay tuned. I'm going to let things ride. We're coming down to the last 30 minutes of the day. I'll be back shortly. Man, for whatever reason, somebody does not want share values of AI above what looks like $32.70. They do not want it going any higher than that. There's volume coming in, but there's nothing happening with the share value. It's as if any attempts to buy shares are being rejected with automatic. Here's another one. Okay, here's a sudden influx. This time it's green though. 5,200 shares. Ooh, it's getting bigger. 6,700 shares. But no movement whatsoever on the candle. Look at this. So now this is indicative to me that somebody is buying up a bunch of shares, but it's not increasing the value of the shares. Now, I admit I'm currently stuck trying to sort this out in my head. What is actually happening? Somebody's buying a bunch of shares, but the share value isn't increasing at all. How are they buying all these shares? Again, there's a limit order somewhere. We got a massive amount of shares here in the red, but we don't have red candles to support it. And then we have this massive green influx of shares here. How many was that? That was 6,700 shares. And again, we have a green candle, but nowhere near the size that it should be to support that. And this represents that buyers won the moment. But as far as share value goes, it hardly increased at all. To me, that indicates that somebody potentially drove the market down. I don't know. It's just speculation. It's just theory. Here we go. This is what I was waiting and holding on for. Look at what is going on now. We now have some green volume coming into the market, and it looks like the share value is increasing in accordance with what I'm seeing coming in. And so far, so good. We're back up to 32.83. I am expecting to see a rally now in the last 15 to 20 minutes of the day. And I'm not looking to buy at this point. I'm looking to sell. So I'm going to try to sell and exit my position on this close that we're about to watch. 32.88 is my break even. I want to hold on past that though, because I think that right now everything is set up perfectly to see a late afternoon, late day, pre-close rally up. This could just be big players buying up more position at as low as they can get it, 32. That may be some of the reason for the sell-offs, keeping the markets low. Maybe they wanted to buy more shares. I don't know. I know what I want to do. I'm concentrating on my movement right now. Here we go again. We got more volume coming in, 5,800 shares. We've got a candle that's showing some of it. There's a little bit of sell resistance there, I see, on the top of that candle. So not as good as I'd like to see it. What I want to see right now is I want to see green bars going up. I don't want to see any top wicks on any of those candles at all. I just want to see green, green, green going up. I also don't want to see these bars overlapping. If you notice this, you notice how this bar, the bottom overlaps the previous one. Here again, the bottom slightly overlaps the previous one. It's better if there's no gaps, or it's better if there's no overlap. It's even better than that if there's gaps in between the two sessions. That's an indication of strong demand, right? Here we go again. We've shot back up to 32.96, almost in 60 seconds. Look at that buying volume coming in. Oh, I'm glad I'm getting all this on camera today. This is exciting. This is just confirmation of the material that I'm beginning to watch. I linked you a video earlier in today's session. Give that guy a check. That guy sounds like he knows a lot about day trading and what is going on, not just with day trading, but what's going on with institutions behind the scenes. Seems like a good source of info, and I'm starting to see it play out in real time as I sit in front of my screen today. We're back up to 32.92. We've got some sell resistance coming in finally. I don't know whether that's just somebody cashing out or whether that's 1,500 shares. That could be a retailer just letting go of some shares that they've been holding on to. I don't know. 32.92 is looking like a good place to call this a day. I think I'm going to hold on for a little bit more. A little bit more. 32.91. Here we go. 32.92. All right, let's bring this Wednesday to a strong close. I'm looking to offload 63 shares at least. I'll forget the one at 33.21 for today, unless we reach 33.21. Anything could happen in this last 15 to 20 minutes. All right, I got the clock up. I'm watching the volume. I'm watching the price. 32.94 is where we're sitting. Eye in the sky is waiting for me to sell right here, going, hey, take 32.94. Take it, take it, take it, take it. No, I don't want to take it. Let's go higher. The second I put confirm order, it's going to blast up, skyrocket upward. I've been caught on that shitty end of the stick so many times. Look what just happened. There was a little bit of a push there again. We went up to 32.98 just as I was telling you the experience that I've had previously. I'm holding on, man. 32.96 looks good too. Strong top candle wicks. I do want to pay attention to that. These buyers are being met with sell resistance. 32.88 is my break even. 32.96 is a profit. And by the way, that 32.88 is only break even on 32 of my 63 shares. All of the other ones I have a profit in already. I even have a small minimal profit on the ones that I paid 32.86 for. But I want to see if I can increase the profit on those as well. Let's just keep going, man. Let's just keep going. Let's get all of this market tampering and manipulation behind us here. Here's the S&P 500. It has been creeping up. It is going up currently. Nvidia is taking a turn down. Tesla's taking a turn down. Google's taking a turn down. Amazon's taking a turn down. AMD's still on the rise. Apple is sideways. So we're down to AI. It looks like it's just me and AI coming to a close today. 12:42. There's still so much time left in the day, man. This last 15 to 20 minutes of the day, it can hang like a couple of hours at times. All right, finally some signs of selling. Okay, again, 2 green candles with top resistance and now a sell candle. This may be an indication that I need to consider letting go. What am I gonna do? Did I lose my opportunity? I might have lost it here. Only a little bit of buying resistance holding this sell-off. Volume continuing to come in, 3,100 shares, but it's all in the red. Ooh, there's a good sign. Okay, there's some buying pressure pushing up this sell-off. And now it's disappearing again. Wow. Somebody's coming in heavy with sell orders. And they're continuing on the next session. Somebody came in with 6,200 shares there, and they were mostly sell. That sell-off is continuing on this next session now. 619 shares. Oh, we got strong buying pressure on the bottom of that candle again. There's a lot of sell-off going on, and there's a lot of buying going on right now. Look at these 2 candles. 7,200 shares. 6,200 shares. Not a lot of drop on the sell value though. So even though people were selling off, somebody was picking up most of those shares. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Right at 32.87 again. Okay, I need to hold on for the remainder of the day. I was considering letting my shares go as well. I can see this downward trend here. I think it's going to be followed pretty darn quickly by another buying rally. And just sometime within the next 14 minutes. We have volumes of just 1,000 shares and 850 shares. We have candles that are completely undecided, which means same number of buys and same number of sells, even in that round of 1,000. Here comes some more volume here. We're up to 3,100. Again, hardly any movement on the share value, holding at 32.90. Volume, 5,000 shares, 7,000 shares. Value, 32.92. There is some weird stuff going on right now. There is a war going on between retailers and institutions right now, or maybe just institution versus institution. I don't really know. I don't know whether the institutions are playing us retailers or whether they're playing each other. I don't work in the industry, so I don't really know what is going on. Everything I'm just giving you is just theory. But what I cannot dispute is what I'm seeing, which is a huge discrepancy between the amount of volume coming in and the amount of share swing. Okay? They are not congruent. They are not in sync. They haven't been since around, well, just before noon is when I started seeing this weirdness, going, this isn't right. And then it was confirmed with these massive red candles back here. Here we go. Look at what's going on. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I thought we were on a breakaway. We're back up to $33 per share. We actually broke through $33 and got to $33.01, $33.02. Oh my goodness. $32.88. Do I want to let him go? Oh man, we're getting a strong downward sell pressure again. We had this massive volume come in, 17,000 shares. 17,000 shares coming in that last minute. And the candle went up a little bit, but that candle does not represent 17,000 shares. No. Well, it might, but I don't think fully. No. Here's the next candle behind it. It is 5,000 shares, and that red candle looks fairly comparable. I mean, look at the size of these candles. There's a 5,000 volume with a red candle, right? And then right beside it is a 17,000 with a green candle, but the green candle isn't even twice the size of the red candle. And yet there's over 3 times the amount of shares and volume. I haven't figured all this out, and I don't know if it's probably going to take me some time to figure it all out. Okay, here we go. We've got a little bit of a sell-off occurring again, right near the end of the day here. Trying to figure out who's dumping shares. Again, if people are dumping shares, it's probably retailers at this point. They may be going, I've had enough. I want to get out. And again, they're selling off, but there's strong buying going on right at the same time. I don't know who's doing the selling and who's doing the buying, but my guess is that retailers are currently doing the selling, if not smaller institutions, and bigger players are doing the buying, picking up these shares, even right now with a value of $32.90. And if that is the reason I'm spending so much time trying to figure out what is going on, is because of this. If it turns out that institutions are scooping up as many shares as they can get their hands on at $32.80, it's an indication of what's coming. It's an indication to me that we are about to see an ongoing upward rally, so that all these people buying up shares at 33 can offload them at $40 to $45 a piece. In my opinion, that is largely what is happening right now. Now, I'm caught in the middle of all this because I'm just trying to get rid of my 63 shares. Look at that. We've gone all the way back below. Look at this strong sell-off here. Completely unresisted sell-off, and now we're back down and dropping again, 32.78. So I may have called this wrong at the end of the day, and if so, that's fine. I'm willing to live with that decision. I was hoping that I was going to catch a rally pushing up through the $33 window, and even though we touched and kissed it, again, it is looking like somebody does not want share values breaking through $33, indicated by all of this activity, this sell-off. 7,000 shares, 11,000 shares, another 4,000 here. There's like 20,000 shares represented here over 3 to 4 minutes. 20 to 25,000 shares. I very much doubt that's a retailer playing this game. That's over $1 million in share value being exchanged over the past 4 to 5 minutes. If you're a retail trader out there in AI and you've got $1 million to throw around, good on you. But I don't think it's retailers doing this. I think that there's some market tampering going on here to keep the value of shares as far below the $33 point as they can. I don't know what the agenda here is. I'm kind of excited to see how the next few days play out, though. I want to go check. Okay, S&P is experiencing the same thing. So maybe what I said is not entirely accurate. S&P had this massive sell-off. Nvidia has this sell-off. Tesla has this sell-off. Ooh, Google massively has a sell-off. Wow. Amazon, a little bit. Ooh, AMD, also a sell-off. So shares of AI have followed the rest of the markets and the leaders with the sell-off. It's funny how they didn't follow them on the rally up, but they certainly joined in on the way down. 32.88 was what I was hoping to get out of the market at today for my 63 shares. I had an opportunity and I passed on it. Let's see how the day closes out. We're down to 5 minutes. 5 minutes left. Are we going to get back up to 32.88, or are we going to just sink for the remaining 5 minutes of the day? We're rapidly approaching my break even on my 29 shares at 32.60 as well. Here we go, back down 32.68, 32.67. In a moment here, I'm not going to be able to offload anything today. And then you know what that means. I'll be looking for tomorrow's bell open to, actually, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Maybe I should just hold on. Maybe I should just stop trying to push this close today. I'm going to ignore the rest of the day. I'm going to call it a day today, but I'm going to go higher. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that 33.58 and I think I'm just going to add like 1%. So another 32 cents. Let's call it 33.90. Yeah, let's go 33.90. I'm going to set this up for tomorrow, 33.90. I'm going to let all 64 shares go. Okay, 33.90. I'm going to set that as an automatic sell limit. And so instead of going for 33.58, based on this weirdness that I'm seeing today, it looks like our market is going to close up 4.1% over the market open today, which is a good day overall. Okay? This is a good day. The market is moving in the upward direction. Here's the whole day. You can see it's gone up. It started to get a little weaker in the end of the day. It was consolidating most of the day in the afternoon. It reached a peak of 33.18, which tells me that it's likely about to go higher than that. We are on an upward trend over the 5-day. You can see we're starting to move up. We're past this previous day peak of 3279, 3278. We broke that today again. So these are all good signs. Not good that the market tanked in the last 30 minutes of the day, but it's not just AI. As I can see, it's everything across the board. So AI is just caught up in the bunch. Here we are, the last 5 seconds of the day, and 2, 1, market is closed. There we go. We are officially closed at $32.62 today on shares of AI. We are up 4.15% over the day. 32.62 is, that's right in the range of me catching a new sell order, but not today. This will occur tomorrow, hopefully, with luck. In the meantime, I was so close to selling those 64 shares. I'm actually happy that I didn't. I want to wake up tomorrow morning, Thursday, for session 19. And I'm hoping to wake up and see the share values $1 higher than they are right now. So I want to see 33.62, 30, or even higher to know that on the opening bell, I'm likely to close my position, not just get my capital back, which I've been waiting on, but at a profit, and not a 2.5% profit, but a 3.5% profit, if I've figured it all out correctly. So thank you for hanging out today. It's probably a longer video today from the feel of what I've been recording. And I want to thank you if you're watching this video, if you're liking these videos, if you're subscribed to the channel, I want to give you a thank you. I've been gratefully observing slow increases in all my analytics. I'm seeing you guys join the channel. I'm seeing you subscribe. I want to let you know you're not going unnoticed. I see the numbers creeping up. I think last I checked, it was at 75 subscribers. Thank you. I'm seeing likes go on some of the videos. Thank you. This helps me get this message out to more people as the YouTube algorithm does whatever it does in suggesting my content to other people who may be wanting to learn day trading, see day trading in action, see somebody making $1 million. I don't know why you're here specifically, but I hope it's to regain mastery over your finances and your financial life. I'm certainly intending to demonstrate it over the next 4 to 6 months. And that's what this channel is primarily focused on right now. So again, I just wanted to take a moment and thank you and let you know that I see you, okay? I see you coming in to give me the support and the love, and I appreciate that. And if as a team we can help get this message out to more people, that's even better. So you've already done your part, liking and subscribing, so there's not a lot more you can do. Maybe leave a comment on something that silly that I'm doing or something that I said. If anything is intriguing, maybe leave a comment in under the video. I'll respond to you. Maybe we can get a dialogue going. Some kind of fun dialogue about something, maybe something that's important to you that maybe I overlooked, or maybe something, even if it's a disagreement, you know what? Hey, I don't expect all of you to agree with everything that I say or everything that I do. I welcome all of it. Leave a comment and start a dialogue, and we'll see. I think that helps things as well. But in the meantime, I'm going to get working on this video so that you can see it. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for hanging out with me, taking the time, watching my journey. My name is Edward James Carey. This has been my $1 million journey, session 18. And I will see you tomorrow morning for session 19. Hopefully, you will join me in that session right over here.